Yeah.
And go.
Hi.
How's it going, everybody?
Welcome. We have a new member of the family.
Yes, right.
In case you missed it on Instagram or Facebook last week, we got a baby girl English miniature bulldog. So she's going to be just like Bucky.
Little guy.
Bucky weighs 39 pounds.
38.
38. And our little girl's mom weighed 35 pounds. And she was the runt of the litter.
Right.
So we chose her. So Bucky was the runt of his litter. He's almost 12. Next month he'll be 12. And so we chose her because we wanted one that would be smaller than him. That wouldn't end up getting bigger and trying to be more dominant than him. Even though we probably only have him for a couple more years.
Yeah, we'll be, if we can get him, if he can make it till 14, we're
15. I think we can make it to 15.
15, we've done pretty well.
Yep. So this is our little girl, and she had been doing so good potty training, except for right before this video.
Bless her heart.
We may or may not be sitting in pee right now.
That's a true story, actually. The bad thing is that, well, actually the great thing
Let me turn the
is,
fan on. You can keep talking.
well, we're going to cut that out.
Yeah, we will. Ooh, I gotta turn that fan on.
Are you that hot?
Yeah. Okay.
Can't see the video, can you? Just start over.
Okay. Not completely over, just right
No,
there.
just start over.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. We have a new member of the family.
Get him, if he can make it till 14, we're
15. I think we can make it to 15.
15, we've done pretty well.
Yep. So this is our little girl, and she had been doing so good potty training, except for right before this video.
Bless her heart.
We may or may not be sitting in pee right now.
That's a true story, actually.
And she's this precious little girl, miniature English bulldog, that has Grant wrapped around her finger.
This one right here.
How much do you
That
love
she
her?
loves to teeth on right now. I'm like, gosh.
She does have some puppy teeth.
That's right.
She got on Bucky's ear last night. Wasn't too good.
Yeah. Bulldog wasn't overly thrilled with it. That's okay.
It's okay because my brother has a lab that's about 7-8 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And we kept him for a little bit when he was a puppy. And when Bucky was peeing, he thought that maybe it was
He was nursing. He was trying to nurse Bucky and bit him in a certain place, but it was not the correct place to be nursing from. And needless to say, that didn't go over too well.
Yeah, Bucky got onto the puppy. The puppy was yelling. Bucky was yelling. They both knew they messed up. So now we're just hoping that she doesn't try to nurse Bucky while he's peeing.
That'd be real bad.
So, yes, Bucky's been an only child for almost 12 years. He's been with Grant since he was a puppy.
Yep.
Was he about this size?
He was taller but leaner.
He was taller but leaner.
Yep.
Here she is. So she was 8 weeks old on Saturday. So she's not quite 8.5 weeks. And we chose her because she was the runt of the litter.
Right.
Bucky was the runt of the litter.
Yep.
So he's about to turn 12. Our vet just told us at his 1-year annual checkup that he may make it till 15.
We're hoping.
We're hoping. He said he's like 65 in people years when he really should be like 85.
Right.
And he said that if we got him a little friend...
Yeah, it might prolong his life. So we got a little girl here, and we're hoping they get along, and it can add a few more years for this little guy right here.
But it's not even a full week since we've had her, and Bucky he still needs some time.
He needs a lot of time.
Yep.
It's a lot of adjustment for him.
Yep.
Which is understandable. But what the good thing is that she is taking to her pee pads real well. And I'm actually so proud of her because now, after about 4 days of having her, she knows to go to the pee pads, poop on the pee pads, and it's good.
And she's going outside too, except our outdoor, we have an outdoor indoor rug in our outdoor living area, and it's pink and kind of rainbow naturally.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And she thinks it's her big pee pad, so she poops out there on it all the time.
She runs straight to it, poops, and just looks at us like, I did good, I know where I pooped right.
Yeah.
So we're like, good girl. So we need to try to figure out to get her more in the grass, not necessarily on the pink pee pad.
Well, see, it's been raining a lot, and so right by the edge, it's real wet, and she's so short, and so that we haven't been able to mow the grass in a couple weeks because it's so wet.
Right.
So it's like taller than her, and it's wet. She doesn't like it. So Grant will sometimes walk her all the way out there, and she'll go for him. And what do you do when she pees or poops for you outside?
I'm like, you. First of all, you got to shower with love and be like, good girl. And then I do my little potty dance where I go, she poo-pooed in the potty, pee-pee in the potty. So,
which is our backyard.
Right, which is the backyard. The potty is the backyard.
But so the first night, we have her in a crib so that she's not like fully in a kennel. And I'll show y'all it once it's all fully decorated. My canopy came in the wrong color, so I'm waiting for it to come in the right color in a couple of days.
Yeah, so this one talked us into putting in her baby crib.
Oh,
True
yeah.
story.
Yeah, princess canopy baby crib for little girl here. But it's because it's not like a full kennel, so I still feel like she feels kind of open and out. She doesn't really cry in it. We put her in it.
She likes it, actually.
Yeah,
we
she
put
likes
all of her
it.
toys
And
in
Bucky
little
he can't quite get to her, which we were worried about him for a little bit, being an only child and being adjusted.
Right.
We didn't want him being like... I heard of one dog that literally peed on another new puppy in its kennel.
Yeah, I believe that.
And so this way, Bucky can't get up to her in her crib.
Yeah, so they can do like nose to nose through the crib, so that's not too bad. So he's kind of... We've actually caught him checking on her a couple times. So that's
we've caught him in the corner checking on her in her crib or walking out of her room when we weren't in there. So he's doing better. It's just she's teething, and she got a hold of his little ear last night.
That didn't turn out too well.
That didn't turn out too
well. I think she's going to steer clear of that from now on.
So let's show you her. Here she is. And we were trying to get everyone to help us with the name for her on Instagram and Facebook. And do you see her back? I feel like that looks like a heart. Grant doesn't really think so, but I think it does. Don't you think?
I think it does.
Yeah. And she weighs 6 pounds, 8 ounces right now. So she'll probably be a little bit smaller than Bucky.
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
She'll be shorter, but wider.
Yes. And so we have decided to name her. But before we do that, we need to talk about all the runner-ups. So right when we put the deposit on her, oh, little girl. Right when we put the deposit on her, I was reading off Southern girl names because I like the 2-word names. And our friend Luke was over. We were in the man cave with Grant. And I was just reading them off, and I read off Billy Beth.
Yeah.
And Luke ran with it. And so we were like, we're going to name her Billy Beth because we have Bucky and Billy Beth, and that looks like a smush face, real stout, big bulldog's name. And Grant, how did that go over?
So I have pretty bad anxiety about just life in general. And so I hated that name so much. Like, I couldn't sleep the entire night. Woke up in the middle of the night with cold sweats. Just like, I can't call this dog Billy Beth. I'm going to have to call her BB. I'm not calling her Billy Beth. That's a redneck name. I'm not doing it. And so Randa was like, so she woke up and every morning she's like, Grant, how'd you sleep? And I was like, probably one of the worst nights of sleep ever. I couldn't sleep.
And I'm like, you were worried about little Billy Beth name, weren't you?
I did, yeah.
And he wouldn't even say it. He was like, I'll call her BB.
I couldn't even call her Billy Beth. It took me 2 days before I could say the name Billy Beth. So I just called her BB.
So that was our first runner-up.
Right.
First situation. And everyone loved it. Even Grant's mom loved it.
My mom actually still wants to name her the dog.
Because I was like, there's not really a Billy Beth out there. And I wrote up our first Christmas card. I was like, love Grant, Randa, Bucky, and Billy Beth Carrabba. And I was like, that is a legendary name. But then we got her, and she's way too sweet and way too pretty to be a Billy Beth.
Right.
So she's way more feminine. So her mama's name was
Emma Blue.
And we thought, so Grant wanted to name her
Emmy Lou.
Because it was very similar to Emma Blue.
Right.
But one of my really good friends' name is Emily, and her nickname growing up was Louetta, and so I thought that was too similar to that.
Right.
I loved the name Ellie Mae.
Yeah.
I thought Ellie Mae was cute. It's off the
Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies. I love Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae Clampett.
And so I really thought going into it I was going to name her Ellie Mae. Of course, a lot of people wanted B words because it goes with Bucky.
Right.
And everyone said Bella, but one of our good friends' daughter's name is Bella.
Right.
So we didn't want to name her that. And then everyone started saying Barbie.
Yep.
And y'all know me. I love me some pink and dressing up and everything. And then there were some people who were like, well, there's too many people named Barbie, or it's not quite soft or feminine or young enough for her. So I'm like, okay, let's do a middle name. And we also really liked Darla off of the
Little
Rascals. If Darla would have started with the B, that might have been it.
What are you going to call her, Barla?
No, you can't call her Barla. So then it was like, what are we going to call her? Barbie Ray, Barbie Lynn,
Barbie Jean,
Barbie Belle,
yep.
Barbie Ann, Barbie Jane.
Yeah.
And we came up with it. It was actually a good friend that grew up with my dad playing Little League with him, he commented on Facebook when I posted one of the, she's restless right now, when I posted one of her little selfies, and he said, "That's Barbie love."
Because we love our little girl.
Yeah, and I think that on the back, I think it looks like she has a big heart, and even the one on her butt, it has the little, like the top of it would be a heart. So we are going to name her Barbie Love. And what's her Instagram name going to be?
Little Barbie Love. And she already has an Instagram. Go check her out at Little Barbie Love.
Yes, so I never thought of Barbie, but now I'm like, in the summertime, she's going to wear her little bikini, and she's going to be Malibu Barbie.
Yep,
and
sporty Barbie.
Real estate season. We have a lot of good friends that run real estate companies. We'll probably dress her up and she'll be Dreamhouse Barbie.
Right.
So I just think there's so much fun that we can do with Barbie. She'll probably be fitness Barbie with me on some of my photo shoots.
The possibilities, honestly, are endless.
And Barbie starts with a B and it goes with Bucky. So you are looking at the newest family member.
Barbie Love Carrabba.
Barbie Love Carrabba. And this is her big brother Bucky, as I'm sure most of you know him.
At Bucky the Bulldog.
At Bucky the Bulldog.
Yeah.
And he's slowly warming up, but you can see, he kind of like turns away from her and doesn't look at her.
Give him a couple weeks, he'll be fine.
But so the first night that she stayed with us, Grant was worried about him having to do all the night duty and all the work with the puppy. Why?
Well, because basically, have you ever heard the Chevrolet commercial, "Like a Rock"? That's pretty much how she sleeps. She doesn't move, whatever, like, it's bad.
Literally, thunderstorms can come in and tornadoes, and I'll wake up the next morning and I was in a different world.
Slept like a baby.
Yeah, slobber all over my face.
I, on the other hand, am the lightest sleeper known to man. When the air conditioner kicks on, I wake up. So I figured that I was going to have to be the one to get up every morning and take her out and do all the work. But Randa, bless her heart, has agreed to take the 2 o'clock shift because we let her out every 3-4 hours. And so she wakes up.
And I've been waking doing the 6 o'clock shift.
And so she's also started doing the 6 o'clock shift because we thought it was a good idea to establish a better bond for her because it's more of Randa's dog over here, because that's her feeding time. And so as long as she's feeding her and taking her out, she's going to want to bond with the person who has the food. So that's kind of why Bucky likes me so much because, well, that kind of goes without saying.
Bucky likes me a lot too.
He does. I feed him all the time.
Yeah. And I give him his squirts.
Yeah, he gets his squirts.
Yeah, what are his squirts?
It's some kind of fish oil stuff that you squirt on his food, and it's great for the skin and joints.
And he loves it. He has his own special cry for when he doesn't have enough squirts.
Right. And when he wants it, he's got his own little whine for more of them.
And we look at each other and we're like, how many squirts did you give him today?
Yeah, because you're only supposed to have like 3 a day, no more. But sometimes he gets 4 or 5, so we're just kind of waiting for his stomach to...
We just hope he doesn't poop all over the house.
That's going to be bad.
And little girl's been doing so good. Little Barbie Love's been doing so good. She's smart. She's been pooping outside. She's been peeing on her little pee pad in her crib.
Yep.
The first night, it was funny. Grant wakes up and he's like, "Hurry, Randa, get over here. She's pooping in her crib."
Yep. She pooped on a pee pad.
But right before this video, we hadn't let her out, and she spun on the bed and peed a little bit.
I think it's behind us.
So we're trying. That's why we're all up here, because
otherwise we'd be sitting in a little girl wee.
Yeah. So how should we end this?
This is Barbie Love. We love her a whole lot. We hope you enjoy following us on our journey and little girls as she gets older. There won't be, it goes without saying, there's going to be a lot of Instagram pictures, Facebook videos, and everything else you can imagine. So if you want to follow us and see this little girl.
And look at her belly. Y'all, look at her belly. Sing the Lion King.
Oh, it's like Randa always holds her up and you got to have someone in the back going, "Ah, Sapena," or however the words are.
Because when we walked in, it was like surreal to me. Like, Grant walked in right away and he was lit up. He was just, his little heart was melted.
Yep.
He held her first and I just stood in the back and I was like, I didn't believe it because I've been wanting a little girl bulldog.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, long time. But I knew that Bucky needed the right time, and when the vet told us that it would help extend his life because he would be moving more and he'd have to be more competitive for food,
right.
It would give him someone to play with and keep him just active. So then that's when I think the game changed for Grant.
So this is our family, our latest addition. For everybody who thought we were pregnant, absolutely not. We're not. One
of my friends wanted me to take a picture of Bucky wearing his big brother thing in her crib, and I'm like, that would have been too
Oh,
far.
that would have set everybody off.
Like my in-laws, my parents, your in-laws, your parents.
Yep.
That would have been a little cold-blooded or mean to put him in the crib. Plus, we tried putting him in the crib, and he.
Oh yeah, he didn't like the crib.
You want to get the little girl?
Little girl?
Yeah.
What kind of little girl?
Little bulldog girl.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Only the runt
There
female.
she is.
Yeah, she's small.
And this is her sister. Oh yeah, she's real little. Grant loves her already.
She looks so much like the one we've got right now.
She does. Puppy's mom, Emma. Look.
Precious. Move, Precious. Come on.
Emma. You're so cute.
Oh, you like that?
Oh, look at her. Oh, the puppies. So ours is this one. She's the runt. But these are her sisters. Look, they're sisters. Let's show. Oh, look how pretty. They don't have. Do they have names yet?
No, oh, that one's name is Mag.
Mags.
Yeah,
There they are. Becky's gonna love her. Yeah. And on my onesie on the way home, so she gets used to my scent and smell. Look how she buries her face. Yeah. But she already loves Grant. While he's driving, she got her little head on him. Grant, do you love her?
Oh, of course.
Aww.
She's so little.
So little. Bucky, do you love her?
No, come here.
Go play. Go play with your brothers. There you are.